to my channel. Today I just wanted to give a quick review and thoughts on my time with the Nokia Lumia 1020. Now, first I want to put a disclaimer. I did not use this phone on a cellular network. I just used it recreationally around the house, taking it out places, things like that. So battery life and things like that are not going to be talked about in regards to a daily driver setting, just as a recreational use. So I got a list of things here. Let's see. The look and feel of the phone. So the Nokia Lumia 1020 is an incredibly good feeling phone. It's very solid, polycarbonate, just everything. It's a very well put together phone. There's no bends or creaks. It's just very well put together. This back part is actually made out of metal that surrounds the 41 megapixel camera. Feels very premium. The buttons are also metal, so those are good feeling. And the screen has a taper off, like on the iPhone 6, but this obviously came out before that. And it feels really good. This whole device feels really premium, although the bump on the back, pretty soon you'll just find your fingers going around it, but the first few times it does feel really awkward. But that's not really a major gripe. Next, let's see, size and weight. Well, the phone, it's a little bit heavier than other phones, but not so much so that I'd say it's really a detractor. So weight's fine. The size of it, it's got one of the best size displays you can have, which is 4.5 inches. Works great for Windows Phone. 720p looks great on it. And let's see what else here. Specifications. So this is a dual-core processor, 2 gigabytes of RAM, 720p display, but it's an AMOLED display, and then of course a 41 megapixel camera, and that's the highlight feature. But let's see how things run it. So it's running Windows Phone. I've updated to 8.1, so it's doing well. But let's see. If you're not okay with using Windows Phone, this phone isn't going to change your mind. Windows Phone, the apps are generally slow, they're not updated as quickly, and even first-party services from Microsoft aren't always first to the platform. So, if you're going into Windows Phone, you're taking a dive, and just be well aware of that. Although Cortana is much better than Siri and Google Now, in my experience. Cortana is a genius, but too bad the rest of the system doesn't have that sort of great quality to it. Next, let's talk about processing power. So, with processing power, it's got 2 gigabytes of RAM, and in my experience, this leads to major performance jumps over just regular 1 gigabyte of RAM Windows Phone devices, such as any of the 92X series. So, it definitely runs faster. Taking pictures can sometimes be a bit slow, but then again, it is processing more pixels than any other camera out there. The screen is also very good quality, being 720p and AMOLED. It works very well. It's easily readable in sunlight, and it's a great size. So, screen overall gets high marks from me. Also, camera and quality. So, this is the one that everybody's been waiting to hear. So, camera quality. How does this 41 megapixel shooter hold up? Well, from all the pictures I have taken with it, I can say it's a resounding, amazing camera. It's an incredible camera. There are just times where I'm sliding through OneDrive and then I see all these pictures that were taken with the 1020 and I'm like, wow, those were taken with a phone? Yes, they are that ridiculously good. And I'm not sure if that's enough to make you buy the phone, but they are insanely high quality for a phone camera and very, very good quality for a camera, period. So I'm absolutely flabbergasted and taken aback by how good the camera quality is on this phone. Next, let's talk about connectivity. So it hooks up with AT&T's 4G LTE network as well as Wi-Fi. All works well. Things that stand out. What do you know? Okay, so things that stand out. This device's build quality is one of the things that really stand out. It's one of the best built devices I've ever held. Now, personally, I think it looks kind of ugly with the yellow color. It looks kind of like a construction worker's boot. I mean, some people probably like it better than I do, but yeah, the build quality is just superb. I've owned a lot of Nokias and I know they're invincible, and just I feel like this phone definitely is that. And then also what stands out, it has a physical shutter button. Really glad it does. That's the case with a lot of Windows phones though. And the screen's very easily readable in sunlight. The performance is better on this phone as opposed to other Windows phones. And yeah, that's about it. Good speaker quality, generally good everything. It's just the build quality, and obviously, oh, the other thing that stands out is the camera. The camera is far and away the best phone camera I've used, and it's a real joy to use. Takes great pictures, and you're gonna find yourself wanting to be a better photographer because you're holding this phone. And I guess things that stand out that are bad. The apps aren't as supported on Windows phones, so a lot of times the apps you're looking at, they either aren't there, or they run really slow, or they haven't been updated in a while. That's a disappointment. The other disappointment with this device is that the screen. The screen is generally good, but it's a low resolution. 720p I don't think is enough anymore, and just looking at the best pictures ever on one of the lowest resolution displays on the market right now is a really bad combination. So you can take a lot of pictures with this and they're not going to look good on the phone. Just no matter how you splice it, they're not going to look that good on the phone. Once you take them off, you put them on the computer, put them on the PlayStation, mirrorcast them to the TV, they look great. But just on the phone, they just don't look that good, and it needs a higher resolution display, and it's a problem. And also the processing power, it does take a little bit of time to process photos, so that's not the best. Let's see, quality for the price point. Well, you can probably get this for free on contract now. I think they might have just discontinued it. Microsoft stores are selling this phone for $349 unlocked. For that price, there isn't a lot else that you can buy. I mean, there's a Nexus 5, but the Nexus 5 is much worse. So I'd say that if you're getting it unlocked from the Microsoft store, absolute tremendous value for money. But, you know, yeah, that's about it. It's good value for money when you buy it unlocked from the Microsoft store. That's the only real pricing I know of. Other ones are subject to change anytime now. And let's see. Okay, so last two things. Number rating. So I'm going to give this 2 number ratings because, well, I'm not going to do that. If I had to give this a number rating, I'd give this phone give it an 8.2. Strong points being great build quality, generally good operating system, very good features, solid camera, things like that. Detractions are Windows Phone app support, lower resolution screen, not quite as much processing power as it needs to keep up with the camera, and only available on AT&T. That last one's probably going to be the major sticking point for a lot of people. And the last question I usually do in my reviews is, would I buy it? Well, trick's on me because I actually did buy this. I mean, it's on the mail to go out right now, but yeah, I did buy it. I got a really good deal on it. But would I buy it as my daily driver? Would I buy it to go out and use as my phone every day? Well, there was a time where I would have said yes, but not anymore. I'd say I wouldn't buy this phone, but if you love Windows Phone and you love photography, you're going to love this phone. And if you love photography and you aren't a heavy phone user, you're also going to like this phone. So just keep those things in mind. Windows Phone's generally a good operating system, but for people who like to stay on the cutting edge, a lot of times apps aren't ported over as quickly and things like that. I'm just not going to make this all about Windows Phone. I'm going to say that the Nokia Lumia 1020 is the finest example of Windows Phone hardware, the best example of what Nokia can do, and is a true testament to how amazing technology is getting with this amazing camera, which is far and away better than any other phone camera I've used. Thank you. The final rating for the Nokia Lumia 1020 is 8.2 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed watching, and feel free to stay around for more videos. Have a nice day.